Okay, after about 5 minutes, your LMAM is going to reboot. And now we're going to set up the LMAM to LMEM connection. So to do that, we go into Config, Drivers, Niagara Network, double click on it, and you'll see some stuff here. If you see the IP address of your supervisor or LMEM, you can go ahead and double click it. And make sure if you're going to do that, always take the secure connection, the one using FOXS. However, I don't see mine, so I'm going to hit New Station. Now here, this name has to be exactly the name of the station of your LMEM. So I know that's going to be SM2. And you go ahead and put in the IP address for that. Change your port to 4911. Always use FOXS. Use our default credentials. So you see that. We added it, it popped into the database, but we immediately get an error. Well, what does that error mean? Let's look at SM2 here. We have some kind of a handshake exception. It says it's a certificate violation. Well, that's because we tried to communicate securely with it, but we haven't approved its certificate because the certificate is self-generated. So we need to approve that certificate at this level. In order to do that, we go to Services. We're still in the LMAM at this point. Platform Services, Certificate Manager Service. Go over to Allowed Host, and you see this. We have this request. It's got this little red X. We haven't approved it yet, so we've got to go ahead and approve this bad boy. Let me approve it. Now that it's approved, we're good. Go back here. Still in the alarm state. It may actually take a second for us to sort this all out. Just waiting a second here. There we go. Now we're connected. And the ping just does a quick connection and then disconnection. All right, so now that we've set up the communication going one direction, we need to do it the other way as well. So we got to go up to our supervisor, or LMEM, and we're going to do the same thing. Drivers, Niagara Network. And because we've already added it, it's trying to connect to us here, but let's just go ahead and do a discover. And we've already got it here, but I'll go ahead and delete it, and we can re-add it just for fun. So we know we renamed it to SM Remote 1. It's on the IP address that I connected to before. We'll double-click that, leave everything the same. Use our credentials. That adds it to the database. Now it's given us a similar error. Check it out, it says certificate exception as well. That's because we need to add the LMAM certificate to us, because that's also self-signed and we have to approve it. So we're going to do the exact same thing, except this time we're doing it at the LMEM or supervisor level. Go ahead and approve that. It's going to give it a second. Check the client connection. We'll just do a quick ping here, see if it worked. There we go. Still failing, so we got to give it just a quick second for the security permissions to all take effect. There we go. We're connected. And from here, we're going to set up the subordinate extensions.